Hello, and welcome to race 9 of the Formula 1 this week in Formula 1. Okay, we're in Spain. Okay, we'll talk about the race in Spain. The Barcelona Grand Prix in Spain. Of course, Oscar Piastri gets his 5th win of the season. And of course, we'll talk more on epic details and epic stuff about today's event. First things first, we will talk about Max Verstappen's rage. Verstappen finished 10th today after suffering a 10-second penalty. Hold on a sec. For colliding into George Russell. Verstappen collided into George Russell today, which gave him a 10-second penalty, which took him from 4th to really 10th. And that was pretty horrendous. And of course, Lance Stroll did not race because Mandem had a wrist injury, so he did not race. So there were 19 cars on the grid today. And of course, a lot of great moments for other racers. Kimi Antonelli, again, Mercedes fucking this young man over. Kimi retired after engine failure. He was 6th place. And of course, his incident put in a safety car that allowed Piastri to lead out. And of course, practically costing Verstappen points. Verstappen managed to get a single point today, of course, but he could have had more. He collided. He rammed into George Russell, and that cost him. I'm surprised they didn't give him a harsher punishment. I mean, like 10 seconds. Dude, first things first. Verstappen's crew fucked up again. Granted, they fucked up. They put him on hot tires. He had I don't know what was that, lost in concentration, a rear wheel lockup, whatever. He was just serving. And one thing I know, Charles Leclerc passes the man. George Russell almost passes the man. They have a little collision. And Red Bull tell Verstappen, yo, let Russell pass. And they collide a little bit. And then, of course, Verstappen is pissed. And then when he actually has to let the man pass, he collides into him and gets that 10-second penalty. And of course, we'll talk about other races that missed out on epic. But Alonso puts his first points on the board this season, finishing 9th ahead of Verstappen, who suffered a collision. Of course, that means Alonso's got 2 points this season so far. That's great. Carlos Sainz suffers a pointless Spanish race for the first time ever. Really weird for him. I've mentioned Albon of also retiring after a collision. Who did Albon collide with? Such a long time earlier when he retired, it slipped my mind. I don't remember. Who did Albon crash into? Yes, who did Albon crash into? I don't even remember. I honestly don't remember who Albon crashed into, which makes this a horrible review. But of course, Lawson missed out on the points. Bottinelli almost, but a lot of people, we have to talk about Nick Hulkenberg and, of course, Hajar. Gasly finished 8th, great for him. Hamilton struggled like a lot. There was a moment where I thought, man, Mandem's rear wing is looking weird as fuck, fam. It's not moving right for him. He's struggling. Even had to let Leclerc pass him at one point. Hamilton is struggling, fam. And I don't know, was this move really good for him? You know, when he had that big sprint win, I think it was in China or something, I thought, man, Hamilton might come back, and then he had a horrible race. And then that moomish where Ferrari fucked Hamilton and Leclerc, they both got disqualified. I don't know where we were there. So I'm just thinking back at the issues Ferrari's been having all season, and Leclerc, of the two drivers, has been performing better. I don't think Hamilton has gotten podium except for that sprint race. So this is a big issue for Hamilton. He's getting passed by the likes of Hazard in performance. Hülkenberg passed Hamilton. He's ahead of Hamilton today. Russell and Verstappen had a very, very tricky day today. I'm surprised Verstappen didn't come out and start throwing punches. I'm also surprised Russell is like, I'm not going to lose sleep over this nonsense that Mandem tried to ram me off the track. Because that's what Verstappen really... I'm just surprised they really gave him a really 10-second bet. I mean, like, I think they should have given him a severe punishment. Dude literally tried to ram someone. I don't care what anyone says. He had the corner. Granted, you're trying to let Russell pass, but he literally drove to him. And then he has the audacity to complain about getting positions back. Verstappen can be a crybaby, granted, but horrible race for him. He did, 3 pit stop. Hard tires fucked him, so I think he'll be very pissed at a lot of people, Verstappen. He's gonna be pissed at Leclerc, he's gonna be pissed at Russell. He's definitely going to be pissed at I don't know who was Berman or Ocon before we got that safety car. No, he was third, I think. Most of the race he was third. You know, they were out lapping racers and shit. And then I don't know who was that? Lawson and Berman, I think, racing towards each other. They're trying to get to 12th and 10th. They're fighting for those positions, and they're getting out lapped. Norris, Verstappen, racing down, and they just create traffic in front of Norris and Verstappen, and Norris almost collides but loses a couple of seconds, and then you think, oh my god, Verstappen might pass, and Verstappen is just mad at everybody. He is having a horrible time. He's a monster. He's an angry ass monster on the track, fam. Verstappen is pretty pissed about a lot of things. We need to have a conversation with Verstappen. Verstappen, relax, brother. Relax, fam. Relax. We're focusing more on Verstappen's collision, Verstappen's almost reckless and almost brilliant driving today. And instead of focusing on the likes of the two McLarens, Piastri and Norris. I mean, like, Piastri got his 7th win in total since joining Formula 1. 5th win this season. Our race leader, really. Mandem is having a hell of a time, fam. Hell of a time. Hell of a time, indeed. So we're going... Next race is in Canada, of course. So that'll be interesting. But as it stands, Oscar Piastri has 186 points. Norris has 176. Bear in mind, it was 3-point gap before this race started. Now it's 10. He's really putting the shift in, Piastri. I have to give him credit there. He's really putting in a hard shift there. And of course, Verstappen, only getting a point to this race, has 137. So I don't think Verstappen has a chance at the championship at all. There's no fucking way. Norris and Piastri. It's between them, in my opinion. Of course, this is only race 9, families. Still got a long way to go. Anything can happen. And of course, Russell, 111 points. Charles Leclerc, 94. Hamilton and Leclerc, I think they have overtaken Kimi Antonelli at one point. So Kimi is number 7. Hamilton is number 6 with 71 points. Kimi, 7th, 48 points. Albon, 42. Hajar, 21. He's in 9th place. Ocon, 20 points. Hulkenberg, 16. Stroll, 14. Carlos Sainz has 12 points and he's 13th. Pierre Gasly, 11 points. Tsunade, 10 points. Berman, 6. Lawson, 4. And finally, Alonso. Fernando Alonso gets points on the board. 2 points in his home race. And of course, Gabriel Bortoleto, 0 points. Jack Dohan, 0 points. Calapinto, 0 points. 21 races so far this race. With Jack getting, replaced by Franco. So overall, it's been an interesting race. Better than that nonsense we suffered in Monaco, where there's no overtaking and all that. But now that we've gotten a chance, gotten an opportunity to overtake, to have a bit of racing, really, it makes things interesting. But for the Construction Cup, it's all McLaren. For the championship this season, all McLaren. There's no way Verstappen will catch up. There is no way Red Bull will get anything in the Construction Cup. Nothing. I mean, like 362 points for McLaren. Ferrari have 165. Mercedes have 159. Red Bull, 4th place currently with 144 points. So there is no way. Of course, they will finish top 4 in the Construction Cup. That's a fact. They will get a couple of millions for that. Williams are 5th. So in the middle of the track, middle of the grid, we've got a very interesting battle between Racing Bulls, Haas, and Kilk Sauber. Of course, I'd say Haas and Racing Bulls, they're 2 points apart. So one of them will get that 6th spot. But based on the way Hajar is performing, if Ocon and Berman don't pick up points, they're going to finish below 6th place this season. And of course, 8th place is Kick Sauber, with mostly Hulkenberg getting all the points for them. And of course, Aston Martin, so far, it's been Stroll. Alonso finally puts points on the board. Alpine is struggling. They're 10th. Right? They could be 11th next season when we have a Cadillac car. So, yeah, who knows. But I do wonder, though, if we have 12 cars next season, what's the cutoff? It's going to be 12. We'll have 12 cars next season. We'll have 22, technically. 22 cars on the grid. The cutoff has been 10th. What's the cutoff going to be now? 11th? I mean, like the point positions. Is it still going to be 10th or is it going to be 11th? But that's a topic for another day. But of course, I have to say goodbye. This will be the last time I will be in this, setting. In the studio. Doing a show. That means there will be no pod of this nature. But I will drop a video, though. It probably won't be live. But I will have a reaction to the races as they go on. This uncomfortable state will last until September. Yeah, I've got other commitments, basically. And of course, to general channel watcher, that means also One Piece, also gaming will be done by the end of this week. There'll be no more gaming shit. Channel might die, but I will be dropping content nonetheless. Anyway, back to the race. Congratulations to Pierre. Congratulations to Oscar. Congratulations to Nando. Tough luck for Verstappen. Somebody needs to give Verstappen a glass of water. Mandem is fuming. This should have been one of the best reviews ever. In the sense that this was an incredible race. Incredible. I mean, like, from the mediocrity, nonsense, lackluster in terms of racing enthusiasm and racing fun we've suffered in Monaco, to come in Barcelona, to come in Spain, have a race. And of course, you have to also bear in mind that I think we haven't had a safety car in like 2 or 3 races. And we had one. And we had a few collisions. Somebody changed wings. You know, the FAA with this new wing policy nonsense. There's a lot of things we have to keep talking about. Last week was this mandatory pitting. This week is this wing bullshit crap. They're always coming up with new shit. And then, of course, why the fuck does the safety car take ages, fam? Why? The safety car took like 6 or 7 laps today. Kimmy's car was not even on the fucking track, fam. They removed it early, and we still had to wait for them cunts who got overlapped to catch up so we could have a proper race. Fuck them. If you get overlapped, why do you gotta make the race even harder? I mean, like, look at it this way. If they started early, Verstappen probably wouldn't have collided with Russell. Verstappen could have passed Lando Norris. Who knows? Lando Norris could have passed Oscar. Anything is fucking possible when you got 10 laps left. But not when you got fucking 3. Because the FA and their stupid safety car took eons to... I'm just saying, there is not a lot of debris. Man had engine failure, rolled off the track. So he's not even in the track, fam. There is nothing disturbing. The team get the car out. We're still moving in circles. Why? Hamilton was pissed. I was pissed. You were pissed. We were all fucking pissed. Why is it taking forever? Don't get me wrong. When there's a safety car, whether it's virtual or not, it's nice. People get into those pits and they change the tires, they do anything, fam. And it's great because you can't overtake anyone during a safety car. That's the nice bit about it. But for fuck's sakes, fam, why is it taking 10 laps? Why is it taking 4? It shouldn't even be... If 2 cars collided and it's in the middle of the track, it makes sense. But Kimmy's car was not even in the track, fam. He didn't even collide. Mercedes failed them yet again. For the second time in a row, Mercedes failed Kimmy with their stupid car. Failed this man. And then you think we'll race? No. The FA also failed us, the viewers. Failed the racers with the fucking extended safety car. Don't get me wrong. The overlapped cars have to get out of the way so we avoid unnecessary collisions and unnecessary accidents. That makes sense to me. But they should have released them early. Why we gotta do 4 laps for a vehicle that's not even on track? And then you release the safety car. Then you release the overtaking cars. And then they take 3 laps to catch up. And then you take an extra 2 fucking laps, fam, to get rid of the fucking safety car. I'm pissed. disappointed. Yes, very disappointed. Now the question is, would Lance Stroll out? Will he be okay for next race? Will Aston Martin have two of their first drivers, 1 and 2, or will one of the Mercedes? I think we'll get a replacement driver in. I don't know. Bear in mind, it's Daddy's company, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. It'll be interesting. But of course, I won't be here next time. I'll be in this setting, but I'll still be doing a review of all this shit. Anyway, I think this is where I should probably end. 21 minutes in. It's too fucking long. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like and sub button, subscribe. I'm sorry I couldn't check out the comment section. I was having issues in the first place recording this shit. It's probably why I'm holding the mic like this, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I said, adios. Now that was entertaining. Please let us hang out yet another time. Remember to like and subscribe. Adios, folks.